Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm gonna give you an analysis on Spider-Man versus Blue Beetle and all their most powerful suits and the feats which they have achieved in the comics. So let's begin. Firstly, I'm gonna discuss on Blue Beetle. See, there are basically three incarnations of Blue Beetle. First one is Dan Garrett. The first Blue Beetle, at first, he only used blue bulletproof suit, but later he gained inhuman power like flying, super strength, and energy blast by using the magic scarab he found in Egypt. Then we come to the second version, Ted Cord. Second and maybe the most famous Blue Beetle incarnation, he is the former student of original Blue Beetle. He had no powers, but he possessed a genius level intellect. Some even claimed that he is smarter than Bruce Wayne himself, and a gifted athlete. And of course, like any other powerless superhero, he built some technology to support his superhero life. We come to the third incarnation of Blue Beetle, which is Jamie Reyes, and which is also one of the most overpowered versions of Blue Beetle. He possessed great power, and because of the mystical scarab, which retconned to be of alien origin, the alien scarab is acted like some sort of living symbiote. It protects Jamie when he is in danger. Now let's discuss on the most powerful version of Blue Beetle, which is Jamie Reyes. The scarab has displayed the following abilities since it's born to Jamie Reyes. It can opt to use its powers of its own accord, though it typically defers to Jamie. However, if Jamie doesn't want the scarab to use the power, he can override it. Should Jamie fall prey to a body controlling power, the scarab will take control of the armor. Some of the scarab's powers can function regardless of whether the armor is active or not. Others, however, only work when the armor is in use. Those powers that depend on the armor are listed under its heading. According to Jamie, the scarab has a number of options beyond those listed. Some of them are artificial intelligence. In artificial intelligence, normally the richest command sentience parameter stored in a scarab's database gives a scarab sentience and serve to make it obedient to the reach. An infusion of magical energy sometime in the distant past altered the scarab, denying the reach control. When the scarab's infiltrator mode was triggered, the scarab was able to develop its sentience without being in service to the reach. It also had the opportunity to access the programming of other scarabs as well. As a result, the scarab has its own mind with full access to its own programming. Now let's discuss on his another special ability, that is the symbiotic synaptic interface. The scarab's nervous system is bonded to James, letting the two share their thoughts and emotions. The scarab communicates with James as a voice in his mind, which sounds like James' mother. No one else can hear it. Another one is scarab mind link. The scarab can mentally communicate with scarabs that have not integrated with a host. It can also interface with scarabs which have created full infiltrators, although this requires Jamie to breach the infiltrator's armor. Now let's come to tracking systems. The scarab can track anything which produces energy, be it biological, technological, or mystical. It can track anyone Jamie met since it bonded with him from at least 70 miles distant. Then we come to Scarab Sight. The Scarab can scan the people Jamie encounters, informing him of any major physical conditions such as pregnancy. It can identify and scan metahumans. It can identify people related to those it's already encountered via genetic analysis. The Scarab is able to identify thought patterns, enabling it to see if something is sentient. It can identify matching energy signatures, letting it see if the energy patterns were developed from the same basis. It can also see extra dimensional objects. It is continually aware of the electricity in the surrounding environment. It can perceive magic, see how a magical effect can be spelled and seen through magical concealment. The scarab scans can cover at least a 5-mile square. It communicates the information it gleans to Jamie in a manner he can understand. Temporal flux detection is also another special power. The Scarab can detect changes in the timeline affecting the Blue Beetle legacy to Jamie. This manifests as intense static. Network connection. The Scarab can establish a connection to communication systems, enabling Jamie to speak to the person on the other hand. So now let's discuss further more on the armor. The Scarab can create a distinctive suit of armor in response to Jamie's thoughts or when it deems use of the armor necessary. Once the Scarab dispels the armor, it retracts back into Jamie's body. Some more powers and abilities are superhuman strength, superhuman agility, environmental protection. The armor allows Jamie to survive in a variety of hazardous environments, ranging from Earth orbit to the time stream to the bleed. It can survive extreme temperature and pressure. It can survive the heat and impact of atmospheric re-entry without seeming damage, even when the earth around it has been turned to glass. Next is armor reconfiguration. The armor can reconfigure itself to create a wide array of tools and weapons, including an energy cannon, a sword and shield, a grappling hook, an energy blaster, claws, wings, and a set of large powered blades attached to the hands over a foot in length that can shear through tree trunks. The armor's equipment is mutable to a certain extent, most noticeably in the wings. Initially, they were composed of the same solid carapace which comprises the rest of the suit, but later they began manifesting themselves in the form of a colorless, translucent material. Whether this is because of changes in the suit's capabilities or because Jamie intended the alteration has not been made clear. Then we discuss partial armor manifestation. Jamie can manifest parts of the armor like the energy blaster without needing to manifest the whole suit. Another one is wing shields. The armor can create a pair of wings, enabling Jamie to fly and hover. They can also double as shields should the need arise. Then comes jet propulsion. When in flight, the armor can manifest a jet engine, enabling Jamie to fly at greater speed at the expense of close maneuverability. Then we come to energy manipulation. The Scarab can shape and manipulate the energy it stores for a variety of effects, including energy blasts, energy cocoons, small-scale solid constructs, shields, chains, etc., and 3D holograms. Its energy shields can block a Sinestro Corp's ring blasts. Then another one is antagonist adaptation. The armor can tailor its blasts for use against specific opponents, example kryptonite radiation against a Kryptonian, suppression blast against a mob. The blasts can penetrate a Green Lantern's ring's shield. The armor can call up anti-magic effects against magical opponents. By the Scarab's own estimation, it can even develop countermeasures that can take on the Spectre. Then another one is energy bubble. The armor is able to create a temporary energy bubble around Jamie and or people nearby. The bubble shields those inside from outside attacks but prevents them from leaving. A Flash who tried to vibrate through it will find themselves blasted by the bubble. Another one is vibrational frequency manipulation. The Scarab can neglect the vibrational frequencies of extra-dimensional objects, pulling them into this reality. The area of effect of this later is unknown. It has been seen to affect objects at least the size of Brother Eye. According to the Reach, this should be impossible. Scarab can also shift Jamie out of phase with the universe, making him invisible and intangible to anything apart from Reach tech. Then another most interesting ability is bleed diving. Jamie can shift into the bleed, the space that connects the various universes, which is one of the most powerful powers and abilities to ever have. He can utilize the bleed's unique properties for various effects, such as instantaneous teleportation or shifting back in time a few minutes to appear in more than one place simultaneously. At best, he has only enough energy to dive into the bleed 3 times in quick succession. Then another one is translation. The armor can translate Mother Box communication into a form comprehensible to Jamie. Then another one is waste disposal. While wearing the armor, Jamie finds that he doesn't need to go to the toilet, though he does still need rest. Strength level. The Scarab's own strength is minimal, however its armor grants its hosts enough strength to move small trucks. Also, in the recent Batman Superman issue 3 comic series, Jamie Reeves was shown so powerful that he can hack all the computer devices, and he can even bring down the planet to his knees. So he is shown very powerful, and his full potential is finally unlocked in these comic issues. To be precise, in the issue 3 of the Batman and Superman. So he is a very tough guy to be beaten. Now let's discuss on our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. His powers and abilities include superhuman strength, agility, endurance, ability to stick to and climb walls and other surfaces, uses self-designed web shooters, allowing him to fire and swing from sticky webs, special spider sense, warns of incoming danger, genius intellect, specializing in chemistry and invention, and also in genetics and many more. And also he has some other very famous powers like communication with spiders, then super healing is also one of Spidey's cool powers, plus night vision, organic webbing, and some weird transformation like man spider transformation, utility belt too, and many more. Now let's discuss on some of his most famous and powerful suits, like the stealth Spidey suit. This Spidey suit is sleek, silent, and suave. This gives him the ability to simply disappear. It's one of the most advanced suits with shadowy motif and ninja abilities, and this suit can give tough time to Batman as well. The suit was originally designed to fight the sonic screams of the Hobgoblin and is composed of unstable molecules, which allows the suit to repair itself when damaged. Another suit is the Assassin suit. This Spider-Man looks like Jason Todd in a Spidey cosplay. This version of Spider-Man works on Earth 8351 with Wolverine, and guess what? This guy is not friendly at all. In fact, he is merciless. The suit has web shooters which fire bullets with an even more intimidating design. This is one Spider-Man you really don't wanna mess with. Then another one is Fear itself. This suit is worthy of an Asgardian and is certainly one of the suits you would want color of. And this suit was given to Spider-Man to face the Serpent and the Worthy, forged by the dwarves of Nidavellir, stabilizing, extremely durable, and is blessed with magic. The wrists boast a pair of twin blades, giving Spider-Man a sharper edge. The famous suit is Future Foundation. This outfit is also super sleek and stunning. It's perfect to suit dangerous situations, as it's also adaptable, morpheable, and obviously functional. The odd color choice is there, but overall the suit do manage to pack a few surprises. This suit is also self-repairing and stabilizing, and can even change to any appearance, from street clothes to battle armor. Then we have the Symbiote suit. This suit is a piece of comic book history where Spider-Man gets a dark and mysterious makeover. Though this suit later went on to become the most popular villain in the franchise, there's no denying that this suit looked great. The suit makes Spider-Man quick with super strength and increased spider sense. This symbiote also feeds on the adrenaline of the host. More the adrenaline, the stronger it becomes. The suit is the Spider-Man 2099. This suit is worn by the Spider-Man of the year 2099. And this is Miguel O'Hara wears this suit that is full of surprises. This Spider-Man is blessed with mutant abilities, and his suit is clearly more intimidating than any other previous suit. So the Iron Spider suit. This Iron Spider suit is blending of Iron Man as well as a web slinger. It is a technologically highly advanced suit ever gifted from smartest Tony Stark from Marvel Universe. Iron Spider made its first movie appearance in the Spider-Man Homecoming, as we all know. And in the Amazing Spider-Man issue 529, Stark built it for Peter Parker using Stark Tech. Now let's discuss on the most powerful version of Spider-Man, that is the Cosmic Spider-Man. So let's begin. Before coming to the powers of the Cosmic Spider-Man, Peter Parker of Earth 9110, we need to know the difference in origin of powers with respect to original Earth 616 version of Peter Parker. Basically, here the Spider-Man is empowered with Enjayma Force. The Enjayma Force is a mystical energy field that permeates the microverse, a subatomic universe. As the name implies, no one truly understands it. In a sense, it is the microverse, and its first priority is survival. It does not and perhaps cannot act directly, rather, it works through the time travelers to protect and preserve the microverse. And in the comic issue What If Volume 2, Issue 31, November 1991, a series of events happened for which the Unipower Enjayma Force decided to choose with Peter Parker and remain with him. With the additional cosmic force, he became the Cosmic Spider-Man and got a set of remarkable powers. Let's see what those are. The Unipower. Spider-Man possesses the cosmic abilities of Captain Universe, which is the core from which his other abilities manifest from. This power was granted to him by the Unipower, making him one of the absolute strongest and most powerful being in the universe. Next point is matter control, manipulation and reconfiguration / energy emission and absorption. Spider-Man has complete control of the four fundamental forces of the universe, reaching nearly any effect he desires. As a result, Spider-Man can rearrange matter to create other configurations and can even transmute elements. Spider-Man can channel beams of energy through his hands with sufficient destructive forces to destroy planets. Additional abilities include erecting force fields, phasing through solid matter, accelerating the evolution of life forms on a planet-wide scale, seeing the past by peeling back the layers of time, time travel, cast illusions, trans-dimensional travel, manipulation and discharging of any form of energy or radiation, bestowing limited cosmic powers to others, reading minds and influencing human emotion and sensation. This Spider-Man also possesses the ability to suppress the powers of other mutants and beings, making them temporarily or permanently out of use to them. He can heal living beings even if they are near death. He cannot, however, raise the dead. Then another power is godlike strength. Cosmic Spider-Man possesses almost limitless superhuman strength. Though the exact magnitude remains vague, he can lift press far in excess of 100 tons effortlessly and can also use the Unipower to increase his strength to incalculable levels. Next power is unlimited invulnerability. Spider-Man's skin after gaining the Unipower was designed to easily withstand the rigors of deep space travel, and thus far it has proven to be virtually indestructible. In fact, his entire body was made highly resistant to injury, and he is thus invulnerable to almost all types of physical harm. This Spider-Man can easily withstand the crushing pressures of a black hole. He is not bothered by the friction associated with atmospheric re-entry and can withstand planks into stars and even supernovas unharmed. He also routinely weathers the stresses associated with high-speed travel through space and hyperspace. Another power is godlike stamina. Spider-Man's highly enhanced musculature generates no fatigue toxins, nor body stress or even sweat, granting him inexhaustible physical stamina, which allows him to fight other beings for prolonged periods of time before tiring, that is, if he even gets tired. Next power is hyperspace travel. By exceeding 99% of the speed of light, 186,000 miles per second, Spider-Man can shift himself into hyperspace, a dimension in which velocity is not limited by the speed of light. Another power is cosmic senses. Spider-Man has certain cosmic energy enhanced perceptions which enable him through concentration to become aware of the pattern of energy anywhere in the world. These abilities allow him far-ranging vision in space. He can see people clearly over a light year away. The ability to see subatomic particles, superhuman hearing, the ability to detect fields, traces and concentrations of pure forms of energy and discern their natures. And the last power is cosmic self-sustenance. Spider-Man does not need to eat or breathe since he absorbs life-maintaining cosmic energy directly through his skin. So this is the most powerful alternate version of Spider-Man. After discussing its powers and abilities, and also previously on James Raimi, the Blue Beetle's powers and abilities, and also the feats which he has achieved. Now let's discuss on the concept of bleed space and hyperverse level. Firstly, let's discuss on hyperverse level, what actually it is. Hyperverse or hyperverse level is a term used to describe as a bigger metaverse and xenoverse within cyberspace, able to be a multiplayer like multiverse to megaverse, virtual reality, or even a exaggerated omniverse. So now let's discuss on the bleed. The bleed is an interdimensional plane that forms the barriers to parallel dimensions. It is also spatially connected with the multiversal nexus and the nanoverse. And it has appeared several times in the Silver Age, first in Justice League of America issue 21. The concept of the bleed and its red coloring was created for the Wildstorm multiverse in the Authority issue 1. Following the merger of Wildstorm into the 52 multiverse as Earth 50, the bleed was added to DC proper in the New 52. The term is more clearly defined as the space between the multiversal worlds, also encompassing the House of Heroes and the Rock of Eternity, bordering the sphere of the gods at the Speed Force 1. So basically, after discussing these two facts, the hyperspace, the hyperverse or the hyperverse level is really much a bigger term than the bleed. Yes, the bleed is also big, but it's also more of a connected with the multiverse nexus and the nanoverse, and hyperverse is bigger than nanoverse. So according to this concept and this logic, Cosmic Spider-Man will easily emerge victorious over James Raimi's the Blue Beetle. Though James Raimi's Blue Beetle is showing some strong feats, and also in the Batman Superman issue 3, but the hyperverse level is a level of its own. So the winner will be the Cosmic Spider-Man, but if we compare the Blue Beetle Jamie Raimi with the other versions of Spider-Man, he will emerge victorious. So this is my complete analysis, and no doubt Blue Beetle's feats are very strong, and also DC has shown him very powerful in the recently comics of the Batman and Superman issue number 3, and he has the ability to bring down a planet to its knees. So he can also now destroy planets. So he is also very strong in his level, but the thing which is not mentioned is the hyperspace level, and also if he needs to go toe to toe with Cosmic Spider-Man, he needs help of the dark multiverse like Batman Who Loves Barbatos and many more. So lastly, thank you all and have a nice day. It's one of the most interesting battles, and the battle could go either way around. So before making a battle video, one must be very careful in order to compare them, means which version with which version, because the first two versions of Blue Beetle are not that strong, but the third version is really now becoming more strong, and in comics he is becoming more OP. So now let's see what more true potentials this version, James Raimi's Blue Beetle, has to offer in the future. So lastly, thank you all and have a nice day and peace.